very excited to be here with Justin, and you know, when this whole process started, it was important for us and for me to find a defense coordinator would be a great fit for this university, and I think we did that, and that's I'm excited about that. I know the other coaches are excited, and you know, it was an interesting process. Obviously, you know, appreciate having the chance to work with Dave, and but it wasn't one of those things where you know, it was going to be a matter of time where I thought Dave would have a chance and might leave, and so something that wasn't necessarily surprising to me when it happened, and you know, after the season and before the bowl, out recruiting, you have a little bit of time to kind of start thinking a little bit, and then certainly right after the bowl game, and Dave told me, reached out to a number of people that I trust and I know that had a vested interest in our success at Wisconsin, and people I knew personally, and just kind of kept more people I talked to, Justin's name surfaced. And I'd known about Justin for a number of years, and I remembered him as a player and as playing against his brother as well, and then you know, we actually played against when he was at Cal and he was at Boise, so knew of him more than I did know him, and then I had a chance to first visit with Justin, and you know, was truly energized by that, and then we had brought him out and had time to talk and spend time together, and just kept feeling like it was a really great fit, and was fortunate when it all came together, and I really do. I'm excited for our players to be around Justin, and as well our coaches. I think he's going to bring a lot to us and add a lot of value to our staff, and because of that, I'm appreciative, and I'm looking forward to working with him.
Thanks, Coach. We'll have some opening comments from Justin as well, and then take questions after that.
Yeah. First of all, I'm humbled and excited to be here. This was as Coach said, it was a little bit longer process for both of us, and I think the key word that comes up is the fit. And in the past, I guess, month or so, you know, both of us had a chance to visit quite a bit, and we always had probably one degree of separation from a lot of people in football. And I think the few people that I talked to and I trust had the same things to say about Coach, just in terms of the type of person he is, the type of coach he is, and then knowing from an outsider's view my perception of the program here and what it stands for. All those things were just really exciting to me, and so again, I'm humbled and excited to be here. They've done a fantastic job, and they got great coaches on the staff who I look forward to working with. And today was the first chance I had to meet some of the players, and kind of my number one goal right now is I have some flashcards, so I got names and places and numbers, and I'm going to learn those guys and get to know them, because they are the engine that makes it go, and so that's kind of priority number one, and I'm just excited to get to work.
Good questions?
Oh, just speak. Jeff.
Oh, Kelly.
Justin, have you had a chance to watch much of Wisconsin's defense last year, and if so, how do you think the defense next year might be different?
Yeah, I actually watch a lot. So Dave Duran and I have a history back to when he was at Hawaii probably 10 years ago, and I was at Boise. So we had been kind of in constant communication for a number of years regarding just football things. And so I always had watched a lot of tape. We had shared ideas and things like that. And, there's a lot of similarities. Some of the language, you know, may differ a little bit, but they played excellent defense, there's no doubt about it. The kids played very fundamentally sound, they played hard, they're an aggressive team, and I think that's as a team as a whole, that was pretty evident, offense and defense. And some of the things defensively, it's very, very similar to kind of what my background has been. And we'll see. It's always going to be driven by the personnel, the people, and so you build it for those guys, and we'll see as we move along through our cut-ups and tape here where that goes.
Jeff?
Justin, to your left over here. You had a ride from Boise to Tennessee to Washington with Sarkeesian into USC. I'm just curious if you can share what the last year or so has been like, because we got to know a little bit about USC covering for the bowl game, but just Steve having to step down, and then you losing your job with some other people. What it's been like from then to get here to today?
Well, I've been fortunate to work at some great places with some great people, so I think that's the first thing I always try to take away. In this business of football, things happen, and especially when things happen to different people at certain times of their lives, and it's these experiences are all valuable. Some are more enjoyable than others. So I think that's how I look at it. That's life in general. I mean, things don't always go rarely do they go exactly how you plan them to go. And so it's what you do when you have a little adversity here or there that really makes you who you are. So that's kind of how I look at that.
Tom?
Justin, right here. What do you think happened at USC? I mean, you had so much success, stop after stop after stop, and all of a sudden it goes sideways at one school.
Yeah.
What happened?
Again, there's a lot of things that come up, and there's a lot of different variables in football, and everybody is so key, every piece of the program, and all of us, I know I do, as soon as something doesn't go well, whether it's after a play or after a practice or a game or a season, the first thing you do is you take some time to reflect on that and figure out what you could have done better, differently, maybe from decisions, not only maybe in the scheme part of it, but just personnel-wise, whatever those things are. So I think that's the big thing, is that you look back and say, okay, how could I have done this better? And I don't think that changes. I think obviously the results are what drives this world of college football, but as long as we're doing the best things we can to help the team win, then you can, sleep good at night. So, that's kind of how I look at that whole scenario.
Jesse?
Justin, you touched on this in your first answer, but how will you approach trying to mold this defense as your own, given the success that Dave did have here? Are you concerned all about trying to match everything that he accomplished while he was here?
I think it's really, our job as coaches is to prepare the guys on the team you have, as best you can to help them have success. And so that's really my only goal, and I'm just a piece of the puzzle. And so I think when you start adding in these external things, that you might lose track of what's really important, and that's just preparing the team as best you can. They've done an excellent job. There's great coaches on the staff. Again, I'm just a piece of it, and I'm looking forward to getting to work with those guys to help prepare the team we have in spring and through summer into fall.
Jeff?
Justin, over to your left again. What did you learn about yourself in this last year, going from USC to here and everything you faced?
What I learned about myself?
Yeah, about yourself, mainly as a coach, but also as a person, like you said, how you handle things that don't go as perhaps you had hoped.
Well, like I said, these are all valuable experiences, some more enjoyable than others. And as long as you can take something and improve yourself as a person, as a coach from each of those experiences, then, I think you can look at it and sleep good at night. Again, would you do things differently from time to time? Probably, but I don't know who goes through life and doesn't think that. You'd probably be fooling yourself. So, again, I think it's extremely valuable, and I'm excited to go to work with the people in this program and the players on this team as we move forward.
Jerome?
Paul and Justin, what do you see from this defense? What do you expect from this defense philosophically moving forward, and how did your ideas mesh as you got to know each other and expectations and all that?
I think that right away we found common ground on the fact that what drives it most is personnel, and also being sound. I think we both believe that the fundamentals are key, and yet, you know, where we're at right now, you know, I believe in the 3-4 has some, it's kind of what we've recruited to, and the team has been made up in the past, and Justin's has a background in that, and yet, you know, a lot of the times this year, depending on what type of team we were playing, you know, we played with some, you know, 4 down. Heck, we had Vince put his hand down. You know, I think we both, and that's when we were talking about fit, we both felt good that we know that it's all about the players and the scheme, and certainly you need to have a foundation and a starting point. But it's in the tackling, it's in leveraging the ball, it's in playing sound coverage, it's being disciplined in the rush. You know, that the essence of the game, you know, we saw eye to eye on, and that's the exciting. You know what? Had there been no changes in the coaching staff, our team's going to change, and therefore the look will change. And so I think that's one of the qualities I liked in talking with Justin, was that it truly was driven by people, and there's also confidence in the ability to adjust to people and players and teams, and whoever you're playing. So how's it going to look? We really don't know until, you know, how's TJ Watt going to progress? What's Vince going to do differently? Where's Sojourn at? And who emerges at safety? You know, so I think that's the fun part about our job, to be honest.
Yeah, just to piggyback that was, again, we spoke about that when we first started talking, and you have the kind of your foundational beliefs and what makes the program go and what makes you a good defense, and we want to be a 3-4 team, but there's going to be times when we play 4 down fronts, and it'll be, again, driven by the people, it'll be driven by the teams we're playing and some of what they do, and it will evolve from now until really through the season a lot of times. So I think some of that's to be determined, but we have a starting point for sure.
Brian, come back.
Justin, straight back. Obviously coming from USC, did you watch any of the bowl game between the Badgers and the Trojans, and if so, what did you see?
Well, I actually was traveling during the bowl game, but I've seen a lot of tape, and I've already watched quite a bit here since I got here Friday night, and a lot of great things. I think the things that jump off the tape are how hard the guys play, the effort, the toughness. They are very in tune with what's going on. You can tell they're a very smart football team, and you know, I think those things are all, you know, part of the culture here, and that's exciting to see. And then there's obviously some talented guys out there making plays, so very impressive to watch. And again, I've already watched some tape this weekend, and I'm just doing that until I came over here.
Paul, when Dave told you he was leaving, was Justin already near the top of your list in terms of replacements, or was it just after talking to people that you kind of thought that would be the direction you go?
No, it was, like I said, I had known about and respected Justin for a number of years, and so he was a guy that I knew, should something happen, would want to find out more about him, and a lot of it's, you know, continuing to get to know, and I had a perception of him and known guys that had worked with him, and I'd gone up against him, and so had to be wanted to find out more, and it was absolutely one of those he was the one where I was going to start with and see, not just if there's an interest, but if it was the right fit, and that's what was exciting as I went through the process. Is the more I talked to people, and specifically when I talked to Justin, I got more energy. You know, it felt like this could be a great fit, and that's why I'm excited for him to be coaching our kids, because I really do think it's a great fit for our staff, for our players, and for this program.
Anything else? Okay.
Thank you.